Aw, man, this is before they made Leech Life, like, good. Now it has a base power of 70, and it's like an actual good bug move. Oh, whoops, I don't want to do that. But it doesn't matter. We don't need, actually, would... I don't want to spoil my plan here, but you can probably guess what it is I'm about to do here. But this is Jump and Shoot playing Blackness Out in the Field by Pink Floyd. And then the scoundrel made off with my darling Pico. Where are you, Pico? I didn't ask what happened to you. You just said they took off with my Pico. What I came in here for, the Pokeball. So on a lighter note, oh, are you afraid of me? Keyhole at all. Wait, why does he still say Keyhole at all? Even though he's like a cave dweller minion. Like, that sounds like something the Team Aqua guy would say. Yes. That's a cool fucking intro still. And the Team Aqua is like, you know, bubbles coming out or whatever. But it's cool. They have cool ass intros. So on a lighter note, I started getting into like figure collecting, like gacha figure collecting. I've encountered them before. Like, I don't have them anymore because I gave them to someone I'm seeing right now. I don't know if you're watching this, but you have all my you have all my Mario charms from like a gacha machine I got like years ago, like about a decade ago now. Yeah, this like little sushi shop had a Mario, I think, what's it called? Super Mario Bros. Wii or U was new at the time, so this was like a promotion. They had they were like little cell phone charms, and I was like, dude, an actual gacha machine that has what I want inside of it, instead of like some anime character or like some other goopy hand crap. Can I actually get through here yet? No, cannot. Yeah, so it's like gachas are fun where you actually find like a series line that you actually like. And so yeah, there's a lot of Pokemon ones still. I didn't know this, but there's a lot of Kirby ones, and like a lot of them are import from like some other Japanese shop, but at some of the malls around here I'm starting to notice them now, that they have them like in some like, you know, like a Japanese knick-knack shop. Like, oh, there's Kirby in here, like it's all got like Japanese text all over it. Like, huh, I guess they're a lot bigger over there than they are here, obviously, but Americans would appreciate Kirby. All you gotta do is change all the models to have like angry eyes on it to really appeal to the American audience, just like the games, lol. So there's those. I have Kirby ones. I started finding like these Nintendo console ones. I would get into those. Like, so far I have a Game Boy Advance one, but and then I didn't find them for a long time, and then I got another one. It was another Game Boy Advance one, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'm done getting those. What do you have to say? Garor! That goofy goon! Goofy goon! Goofy goon! Hightail it out of the tunnel. I can go back to digging. That means you've moved away from your post, and now I can invade your house. Lol. Whoa, I can sit right next to this guy. The rest of the tunnel there. At first, we had a huge crew working on the boring through the rock. Working on boring through the rock with the latest machinery. I always forget about the word boring, as in to bore, as in to dig, and then boring as in meaning mundane or tedious or just unexciting. It's the same spelling. Through the rock with the latest machinery where you had to stop. Turns out it had a negative effect on Pokemon. So we care about that shit, apparently. I like that when you talk to someone sitting, you just sit right next to them. That's funny. Yeah. What about you? Go to bed. I can't understand a word you just said, sir. What else do I have? I have these weird, like, gyroid from Animal Crossing looking things, but I don't know. There's like a king. I don't know what the line is called, but there's like a king. There's like a librarian. There's just like city folk kind of career guys, but they're shaped like the gyroids from Animal Crossing. I don't know what to make of them. I'll put a picture up, but I've also got the 2 Kirby ones. These ones are actually really good quality ones. I have the Dr. Kirby from, I want to say, Kirby Planet Robobot, and then Cook Kirby, who's in all the games. And then there's like really elaborate like Pokemon ones out there. Those ones are a little bit more expensive, but like the gacha feel vibe is still there. It's just like a little box that has like, or can have a chance of having like 1 to 6 figures inside. But they're actually really good like figurines. Like these could pass as like, actually they're better, more interesting than amiibos. Like if amiibos were gachas, they might be something like hotcakes, but which is weird because I hate gachas in the digital sense, because I don't know, those ones are like ultra predatory and they're inside like free to play games, so the game itself is usually not good, and they require real money to get something digital that can be yanked away from you at any time. But physical gachas require real money, but you get to take something home with you. It's real, it's tangible. You can have it as like an ornament in your house. Like what can you do with like a rare pearl from like Genshin Impact or some other digital gacha game? All you can do is just kind of like show it off, show your phone to people. Like that's not fun. You can't put your phone on your entertainment center, or you can't like put your phone on a shelf. Like you gotta use your phone. Like that's it. That's all you do with it. It's not fun to collect things on your phone, in my opinion. But like physical items, like yes, that's fine. Like the same fun is probably had for some people in the digital sense, but I like knowing that I get to take this home with me and put it somewhere. Some gachas are better than others. Like I have this Mew one. None of it like sticks together very well. In fact, I might have to like super glue it, but the whole thing just falls apart when you pick it up. Like Mew doesn't even like fit into the stand. You just kind of like, it's like a loose figure that you just put in the middle of it. It's dumb. I don't like it. But this other one, it's like a hanging ornament figure. I really wanted the chandelier one because that looked really cool, but basically it'll be like this like hook based shape, and then the Pokemon will have like this little hook on it, and you just hang it over the hook, and it just sits there and it looks cool. You can't do that with a you know, a Fire Emblem gacha game or whatever Pokemon Masters is doing now. You can't do that shit. And it's kind of like what Kingdom Hearts, the Pokemon Go one, is about to do. Like instead of using medals or whatever collectible, it'll be like figures that look kind of like that, but you use those to fight in that game supposedly. And I'm kind of wishing, like, I wish I could buy actual Kingdom Hearts figures, gachas, kind of like those, but like physical. I would buy the shit out of those. But they want me to spend money on fake currency so that I like jewels or whatever, so that they can keep all the revenue while I have actually technically nothing. And I think that sucks. Like, I would use my real money to buy like a Ventus figurine or a Vanitas figurine, or like I would buy the shit out of Heartless figurines. Like, oh my god. Or like Keyblade figurines. Like, that would be badass. Like, oh my god. There's so many Keyblades to do. Like, you could have like a box set or a series where they have like 1 to 6 Keyblades from a particular game, and you can like collect them all. Like, that sounds cool. Or developing a device for talking to Pokemon, but we haven't had much success. Yeah, I know. I've seen Hey You Pikachu for the N64. Real cool technology there. Well, I'm developing a device that visually reproduces the dreams of Pokemon. I heard that my rival, who lives in a far away, is doing the same research. Cool nod to Gen 5 with Fennel? How dare you say that the story in Alpha Sapphire is bad? It just nodded to Unova region. You can't be mad at that. Come on. I rolled my eyes at that statement. Just saying that. What do you have to say? Hello, going to Devon Corporation. I don't know what. I look at these little portraits in the back. I never noticed. There's Omanite and Kabuto. I wouldn't be shocked if like those were the Pokemon card art. Oh, you got all this cool little fossils in the bottom here. Like, these places like actually look lived in. Like the environments now, and it's cool. I think they should do that more. Actually, that's kind of my problem with Scarlet and Violet. Like, none of the environments looked really lived in, since you can't actually go inside anything. Like, sure, there's cityscapes and buildings, but you can't actually go inside anyone's house. Like, everything's outdoor. Everything is, all the Pokemon centers are just outside, like stands. Like, there's no actual building to go inside. It's everything is just too open. And I think it does that because the entire game, there's no loading in that game, which is actually one of the reasons why it is bad, because like, or it suffers from like the memory leak issue. Since everything is loaded all the time, it has trouble keeping up with like what's been loaded already, and like trying to do everything all at once all the time. And it's like not good for the memory of the Switch. But yeah, everything is just out there all the time, and you know, trying to generate all these Pokemon out there. But yeah, I forgot what my point was. The part about it feeling lived in. Like, since you can't actually look inside a building, and like everything is kind of barren. Like, even the caves are barren. And they're caves, and they're supposed to be barren. It's like, it just feels like an unfinished like mod. It just feels like an unfinished game. Like, all the textures are bad. Like, okay, I know this is enough beating up on Scarlet and Violet. Like, Scarlet and Violet just kind of like walked in the room, and I'm just like beating it the fuck out of it. Where do I go now? Oh yeah, I gotta go talk to Mr. Briny, the guys. We can go to Slateport City. And yeah, the fact that you go inside of a clothing store, you can't even like physically look around, or any of the food stores, you can't like physically look around most places, and I think it's unfortunate. But like, little things like this matter to me, you know. I know they don't matter for like the overall game of Pokemon. It's like, well, all you need to do in Pokemon is just walk around, catch Pokemon, beat the gyms, and beat champion. Like, that's it. It's like, okay, that's every game though, so like, there has to be some like flair and flash to it all, you know. You can't just do the bare minimum. Good job, you did the bare minimum. It doesn't make it a good game. Like, I'm sooner replaying this right now instead of jumping back into Scarlet and Violet to do anything, because there's nothing to do in that game. There's stuff to do in this game after it's over, you know? Well, I mean, in the post game of Scarlet and Violet, you can do you can get all the spikes in the ground and find the legendary quartet. You can do raid battles. I think that's actually it. That's sad. Okay, I'm here. Hey, stop it. Stop running. Stop. Okay. Hey, you're that fella who saved my Pico. Yeah, it's me. Okay, all we can go to is Deford right now. Anyway, back to figures. I think it's a cool hobby, honestly, because you know what the draw for me is that they're all like little things. If I was collecting big, like actual figures, like 8-inch figures and gigantic wall ornaments, like that would be hard to move around. But like all of this stuff, I could just like put in a box and then put them out later when, you know, if I'm ever setting up a new place in a new place. These are, I think they're neat. I don't know why I'm suddenly into them now, but they are cool. And I think the comics and stuff that I've been going, that like around me, that's what I've been going to, they have what's it called? They have Mega Man figures that I'm going to get, and then once I get them, I'm going to edit them in this video. And I'm going to get 2, hopefully I get 2 different ones. And hopefully their quality is good too. These Japanese Pokemon ones are like insanely good. You know, the Japan always makes great stuff. You know, it's cool. Okay, so now we're in retrospect mode. This room is where you did like secret phrases, and I never really understood it. Like by entering like secret phrases, you were able to kind of like manipulate the game in some way. See, they're talking about what? Potion Festival. Let's see. I wonder if there's anything about potion festivals. Potion festivals, even trendy overseas? Potion festivals. Life without potion festivals is unremarkable. I've been telling Pokemon about potion festivals. Like, okay, we need to do some imprinting here. No! It's not easy for, oh wait. Okay, so you can't do anything here. It's just, they have a random phrase going on. It was a way to like interact with the world, and like even the news network would get you like we'd be talking about like the popular thing. And I don't know, people would be like, "Oh, this character said popular phrase. It's funny." Lol. And there was supposed to be like a mixing records thing too with the games. Like you could. It was before, like, you could just wirelessly mix records. Before, you had to actually get, like, link cables, and it was really inconvenient and kind of awful to do. But, honestly, I'm just having fun playing this game again. It's still good. It's still good to me, damn it! Or, that's not what the guy says. He says, it's still real to me, damn it. Now, one of these guys can actually learn Flash, because he has some utility outside of being stupid. Oh, what are these guys? Am I not allowed to go inside here yet? Okay, Abra. I can't get... I think another... I know why modern... I know why this is a thing in Pokemon, but like, Pokemon that evolve by trading is still really annoying to me, and I don't like it anymore. And I understand it, like, it it's to promote like mingling within the game series. Like that's the whole reason. I don't want to learn it. No. Yes. This is annoying too. But that's in like every game. The mirror heads, they're in a line. They're falling in a straight line. Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like Pokemon that evolve by trading anymore. It's annoying. Cause you can't like use them for a casual run. Like I'm not gonna use Kadabra. Fuck that. So actually, I have to fight the gym, which is what we'll be doing this episode. Speaking of like mingling, one of the things that makes I know you can't really do it anymore, but one of the things that made Heart Gold and Soul Silver like the best remake is the Pokewalker functionality. Like it was pretty much it added so much outside fun to just playing the game. Like there was a reason to like go out walking. Like it was kind of like Pokemon Go before Pokemon Go. Like you could encounter, like you just put your Pokemon on the walker and you just go out walking and you can like encounter Pokemon in like this little mini game. Like it was like a little Tamagotchi thing, bringing those back, you know? And there was connectivity there with other people. Like you could like you could just use the infrared thing to just kind of like put them together. They would like mingle a bit, and then when you put it back in the game, it'd be like, oh, so and so talked to you, the other trainer's Pokemon, and did this, and you got an extra thing, and like you could get like some exclusive Pokemon and items from using the Pokewalker, and it was like they added a way to put more fun into Pokemon, and I think that's like really good. And even going back to Fire Red and Leaf Green, that game came with the wireless thing. I don't know how good it worked, but it came with the wireless connector to like help make connecting with other people easier, because like going to find a link cable was like annoying enough, and then actually trying to meet people who also played Pokemon and try to connect that way was also hard enough for me anyway. Like my brother was into Pokemon too, but like he got out pretty late, like he got out pretty early. Like his last game was 3rd gen, like Ruby Sapphire. Like he didn't have a DS. He got the PSP. He was more into that stuff. But then I stopped having someone to play Pokemon with. So there's that. But now that you're on the DS, like wireless is built in. There's better ways to connect with people. And then for the future remakes, you know, ORAS didn't really have that, but it had the added benefit of being on the 3DS, which also already had Street Pass to begin with. And this game kind of not quite on the levels of like Pokewalker stuff, but since it kind of also uses Street Pass technology, you could connect with other people through like passerby. I can show it on screen once we get back to the battle or the main thing. Okay, so play online with others. The PSS system. You could use this to like battle people like right next to you. You could kind of like mingle like that way, like passerby. This was kind of like the Street Pass version of like Pokemon, but never quite like reached the same connectivity as like the Pokewalker stuff did. Like you couldn't get like cool items from other people. I think this game had O powers. Oh yeah, okay, so this game had like O powers. I don't remember what the O stood for, but like you could give O powers to other people or use them yourself. It'd be like extra. You could get extra experience. You could increase your encounter rates of stuff. Just like little in-game cheat system that gave you benefits. It was kind of cool, I guess. But it's still like a very passive way to interact. It's not like you don't really get to like talk to anyone directly. Where it's like Pokewalker. Well, I don't know where I'm going with this. Pokewalker stuff is still kind of like passive too, but it required more interactivity, like person to person. Whereas more like in order to interact with like Street Pass, you have to close your DS and then walk around. You wouldn't even know if like the person around you like had their DS with them until later, like when you open your 3DS, like, oh, you passed by so and so. But it was so like you never knew until after the fact. I don't know. But then like you get stuff like Brilliant Diamond, which just has absolutely none of that because it's technically a console game. And then I guess Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee counts as a remake too. I don't like that either. That was also a Switch game, and I don't know how, but it connected with Pokemon Go in some way, and it was more designed for like as an entry level for that crowd. But it's a remake that also doesn't, a lot like Brilliant Diamond, like it doesn't catch up Pokemon with the rest of Pokemon like currently. Like I don't think there it's since it's the first console game for Pokemon on the Switch, it had to invent its own aesthetic. Like it had this chibi look that I didn't really care for. Like they went from Ultra Sun, or I don't remember when it came out, but they went from X and Y to Sun and Moon to Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and it had this like weird chibi look that I didn't like at all. And it only had up to first gen only. There was no second gen like Pokemon. There was none of the new moves. They had like weird new moves. There was no abilities. There was no just modern game mechanics that just really put me off from it. Like I don't want to play. It was almost one-to-one, a lot like Brilliant Diamond was. Like, I don't care how well you literally remake the game. Like, just, if you're gonna remake it, just add shit to it, please. For the love of God. And it didn't do that. In fact, Let's Go is probably on the lowest tier for remakes. In my eyes. Okay, I'm gonna save because all the stuttering is scaring me. What about you? What do you have to say? Oh, you're a battler. Fuck. And I'd be hard pressed to find anybody who would defend Let's Go. If I could take a guess, by defending it, they're just gonna say like, oh, if you look at it, Let's Go in a vacuum, it's actually a solid Pokemon game. Like, okay, cool, but that's not really saying much, because in a vacuum, it's like literally the same game as, you know, Red and Blue, which is not that impressive to me. And considering the state Pokemon was in, like, it doesn't have Mega Evolution. Like, I don't know why we need to dial back so much just to get it to how it used to be. Like, no, I want to see an old game do new tricks, is what I mean to say. Like, I like it when they do that. I don't want to see, like, exactly, I don't want to see it being perfectly intact as it was with no quality of life changes. Like, I don't care about how well you can recreate the first game in the newer, on a newer system. Like, that's where I'm at. Can I delve into the cave further? I beat the gym. I don't remember what I'm supposed to do next, but I'm gonna investigate this cave and then I'm gonna call it a day. Also, I'm starving. Look, plot is happening. So we got Alpha, Omega, you got the volcanoes. Okay, so actually I've never seen this mural, because in Alpha Sapphire, obviously you see the Kyogre mural. So this is Groudon. There's like volcanoes everywhere. He's like burning, eating the countryside. It's me, Steven Stone. Walks up to you slowly, creeps up to your back, touches your black cheek, your butt cheek. So in the ancient world, Primal forms once held this much power. Super ancient Pokemon with terrible strength, but disappeared here. Appearance here is somehow different from Mega Evolution. It appears my questions not be answered today. Is pretending Emerald didn't happen? What the fuck? I'm sorry, what happened in Emerald? It's the same game, except Rayquaza comes down from the heavens and then separates Groudon and Kyogre. That's it. That's all that happens. I don't think it's worth being that upset over. Like, plot-wise. Why, thank you. Also, that stuff still happens in this game. Doesn't it? I'm pretty sure. Now, Steel Wing, that sounds interesting for Tailo to have. He does need something to hit rock types and ice types that would otherwise kill it, but it has no business fighting them to begin with. And this, yeah, I don't know. I like weird coverage moves, but they're not optimal. Because you gotta think about, like, okay, well, in other situations, in situations where it's not using its stab, what should it have as a coverage move? But like against fairy types, it should be using normal and flying moves, not steel moves as a surprise coverage. You know, it doesn't actually do much. Yeah. Ah, but that reminds me, I have a message from President Stone. He has another favor to ask. It's about them Divine parts you recovered for him before. I like that they add, like, inflections that he would have. Seems as though they should go to some fellow called Stern at Slateport Shipyard. You'll see, this whole sea's all will see you there safely. Weigh anchors, or for Slateport. Go to Slateport, please. Wait a minute. Okay, you don't actually get to watch him drive the boat in this game. It's just fades to white and you just go there. That's a little lame. But we're here, we're queer, get used to it.